All righty, folks. Welcome to another episode of the Abundant Will Podcast, episode 14. Um, Today, I kind of just wanted to talk about addiction a little bit because that's a big part of my story, but haven't really done an episode on it because it's been very focused on the transplant stuff. So I wanted to do an episode on addiction. But before we get into that, I just wanted to say that today is 16th, so it's less than a month and I will have my surgery. I'm looking forward to that. I'm very, very grateful. Um so yesterday I had found out that Jill's sister had set up like a GoFundMe kind of meal train thing, I guess, for me and Jill because I'm going to be having surgery on the 15th, and then Jill will have surgery on the 30th. So we're both going to be kind of, you know, out of commission and need a little she decided to do that, and Jill was showing it to me yesterday, and as I'm looking at it and I'm looking at like the people who donated and stuff, and I could see like just some old names of guys that I used to work with and stuff like that, and it just kind of made me very grateful and humble just to kind of see how many people care and how many people actually are willing to do something about it, and how much love um, that I'm receiving, and it's just it, it's very mind blowing, and it's one of the nicest things. So thank you to everybody who donated, and thank you to Jill's sister Sarah for setting it up. We greatly appreciate it. Um, but I say all that to say this. You know, th- this is happening for me, and I'm very grateful and I'm very thankful. But this is what I want to do for everybody else. And Jill was also telling me a story about I guess there's a girl at work, and her kid wasn't acting correctly or something like that, and they thought maybe he was sick. So they took him into the hospital, and they ran a bunch of tests and stuff like that, and they found out that he has a cancer. I'm not exactly sure what kind, but it's a bad one, and he's a little guy. I mean, he yesterday was his second birthday, so he's 2 years old, and he's going through this, and that kind of like hits a special spot with me because um the stuff that I had to go through as a kid, it sucked, okay? But anyway, I'm saying this because Jill told me I believe that his mom doesn't have insurance, and he doesn't have any insurance, so he's not covered in anything. So if you have an open heart and you have any change, any money you could spare in the holiday season, I put his I put the website is called Caring Bridge. All right, so if you type in that website, and then I put his name also in the comments and stuff. So if you go to Caring Bridge, that's the website, and then type in his name, Declan Coyle. I think his page will pop up, and then if you guys would, I would greatly appreciate if we could help this guy out and do whatever we can to come together and show this mom some love and support, and Declan some love and support. I would greatly appreciate it. So, I mean, this is the whole purpose of why we're here, right? To help each other and to bring light, love, and truth to everybody. So, if we could do that, here's an opportunity. So, let's uh, let's do this together. I would greatly appreciate it. All right, and with that being said, I guess we'll get into the addiction stuff. So let's just start with types of addiction. I mean, because you could be addicted to anything. I mean, food, sex, gambling, um, drugs, alcohol. Uh, anything can get crazy, right? So I just I was looking up a couple statistics and stuff like that. So I'm just gonna read a few of those off, and then we'll get into the nitty gritty kind of stuff here. So it said 48 million age 12 and up have a substance abuse problem. And I was thinking, I'm like, man, 12, that's pretty young. I mean, I think my daughter was 12. I think she still believed in Santa Claus. You know what I mean? I don't think we were thinking about substance abuse. But if you would have said 13, I would have probably been like, that would have made more sense. I don't know why. It's just that 1 year. But yeah, 48 million people. Okay. So that's basically like 1 in 6. And out of that number, it's like 24 million, it's drugs, and the other half is alcohol. So as of 2024, overdose deaths are down, because in 2023 it was 83,000 people in 2023 for the year died from overdose deaths. And in 2024 it was 54,000. So I guess, that's a little bit better. All right. So it said that you have a 30 to 60% success with staying sober from alcohol. And it gets lower if it's like drugs, or like opiates, or methamphetamines, or I don't know, I guess benzos is another big one. And then it also says that there's a 80% chance of relapse in the first year, which, I mean, I totally get that. I could see that. I mean, you're you're going from just constantly thinking about one thing, just getting high, getting high, getting high, to not doing that at all. It it's tough, man. Yeah. So one of the so I like take notes and kind of write stuff down, just to kind of like have a guide to go by while I'm doing this here. And one of the questions I wrote for myself was, what led to me being an addict? And I I, I really had to like think about that for I don't know, probably like 3 or 4 days. And so what I came up with is this. So when I got sick when I was young, I really didn't understand like what was what was really happening. I mean, I understood that I was sick and that I was in trouble. I mean, I knew that because you got tubes hanging out of you everywhere. They're constantly coming in and checking your blood and things like that. And one of the other things that I think about that had a big impact was like I think I just like became so scared of like just being sick, or always like there's always going to be like something's going to be wrong, or just like a fear of maybe like always just like waiting for the other shoe to drop, or something like that. Just because I mean, so I had my surgery, and then every like 6 months, every I don't know, 6 months to a year, you go back, you go and get checked up. And for a while there, it seemed like every time I went back, it was, oh, well, William, we're sorry, you have to stay, this, that, and the next thing. So then when I think I ever first drank or got high, it was just like, okay, this feeling is way better than the feeling of the pain and the fear that I've been thinking and worrying and constantly, or I mean, just it was constantly in my mind. So, and the other thing I think that led to like me um just diving like deeper into addiction and things like that was because I think that I didn't I didn't add any value anywhere, and I didn't have any value in myself at all, just because the only thing that I wanted to do was just not feel how I was, and that consisted of just finding just the next high. So and so I'm just going to talk a little bit about my like experience and stuff with addiction, and it's not to like brag or anything like that. It's just so that like you guys understand like how authentic it is basically all I'm trying to get at. So I mean, I first started just like anybody, I guess. The first thing I ever did, I think, was just smoke some weed. And then maybe later on in high school, it was some beers or some alcohol here and there. And then as it progressed out of high school, I would say, I don't know, like right before I started to go to Florida, maybe like a little bit of blow here and there. But then when I got to Florida, um, it was basically that was like it was like 2004, 2005, somewhere right around there, maybe even six. And that's like right when all the pill popping farms were popping up uh over there in Florida. and things like that. And I wasn't even aware of this, but I just went into the doctor's one day because I had pulled my back at work or something, but my back was bothering me. And I went to the doctor and I walked out of the appointment with a prescription for Oxycontin, the 30 milligram Roxys, and started taking those. And you know how that goes. It's just you start taking them, and dude, they just go down like candy, and then you need more and more and more and more. And so, I mean, as it progressed, I progressively, I tell them I need more, and they give it to you with no questions asked. And I think at some point, I had at some point I had I don't know what happened exactly, but I didn't I couldn't go back to the doctor or something like that, and I had the prescription, and I had asked Amber to fill it while I was at work. This is down in Florida, and I guess she added a number to it or something like that. And then when I went to go pick it up, I was met by, like, I don't know, 6 or 7 officers asking me a bunch of stuff. And we were together then, so I didn't sell her out. And I ended up doing time and this, that, and the next thing. Uh, got out, went back to the, same old stuff. And um, about this time, Kyla was born. And then shortly after that, me and Amber, we didn't, we started not seeing eye to eye and things like that. But, I was still going through my addiction. And then we started with the custody stuff. And, when that happens, you start throwing out anything that you can, um, get ahead or think you're going to win. And, she's saying I'm a drug addict. I'm saying she's a drug addict. We both have to take drug tests and things like that. So I chilled out for a little while while that was going on, because I don't want to lose Kyla or anything like that. And after, I don't know, 6, 7 years of fighting for custody and things like that, um I finally won custody. And Kyla came up here. Now, through this time, I'm still using and things like that. I'm in the apprenticeship by now, but I'm still using. I was using up until probably 2021, something like that, maybe 2021, 2022. But so before then is, like, I'd say 2020, I started like to chill out and realize that, you know, um I have a lot to offer, but I can't I just I couldn't do it with continuing drinking all the time. I mean, dude, you're just killing yourself. You're killing your body, you're killing everything. It's poison. It's poison, it's poison, it's poison. I wish I would have realized it so much sooner, but I didn't, because I was just I was caught and I was trapped, and I didn't know any better. And I didn't know any better. But one of the catalysts that made me like really like realize that you know, I can't be fucking around anymore and I have to take shit seriously is when we found out that Amber had passed because I saw the look on Kyla's face when I told her that, and I can't imagine me leaving her behind like that and having that look on her face and me not there, you know what I mean? So that was one of the big, like, awakening moments where I was like, all right, man, enough's enough, you know what I mean? Um, Time to get your shit in order. So that's basically my story on addiction. Now, if you are going through an addiction or like you're in it, like you're living it, man. So you wake up and the first thing you think about is either the drink or the drug or whatever else. If you're in it, then you have a decision and a choice to make, and I can't make it for you. Nobody can but you. It's not going to matter if you got kids. I don't care what the hell you got going on in your life, dude. You have to do it because you want to, and because you are just you're done. You're sick and tired of being sick and tired, and you're just you have to be through. You have to be completely broken and done, or else it, it it's going to be a tough road. Okay, but if if you do decide that you are done and you do want to change, then I think I got a couple things for success here for you. So here we go. So the first thing I would suggest is if like you're going through an addiction or you're just starting to stop or you want to stop or anything like that, I would I I would highly suggest AA for at least a little bit. At least I don't know, at least like maybe the first year because especially if you don't have like a good support system, because you're going to need some good people. You're going to have at least a couple or at least one person that could call you out on your shit and that knows you well enough to call you out on your shit. So if you don't have a good support system, I I would highly suggest doing some alcoholic anonymous or celebrate recovery. Just you have to get around you have to get around new people, man. um Old friends, old acquaintances, people who that are just want to continue with the partying and drinking and the drugs. Dude, if you have an issue with it, then you got to just stay away from those people for a little while, man, until you're strong enough to be around it and not have to question yourself. You know what I mean? So I would highly suggest AA. One, because it'll give you some structure, okay, and it'll also make you a little bit accountability. And here's the most important one: is it will reframe your mindset, and that's the key because you have to reframe your mind for anything. If if you want to accomplish anything, it all starts right here, right? So just structure, accountability, reframes your mindset, because you're going from just constantly focusing on what the next fix, the this, that, and the next thing. I mean, they talk in AA, they got all these like little sayings like keep coming back, keep it simple, stupid. What's another one? There's a bunch of them. There's tons of them, but I mean they're stupid and they're corny, but they work, and they make sense, especially if you're trying to get clean and sober, because if you want to be the best that you could possibly be, and the best that you could possibly be is a clean and sober you, right? So yeah, you have to reframe your mindset, and you know reframing your mindset is like, uh I mean, they'll tell you, to read, what is it, the big blue book or whatever, the Alcoholics Anonymous book or whatever. But dude, I don't care what you read, but as long as you're reading something spiritual, enlightenment, stuff about being grateful, love, just anything positive, you have to almost brainwash yourself. You have to brainwash yourself into a different you, basically. That's what you have to do with anything if you want to change. Like, for example, the podcast is called The Abundant Will, because we're trying to get everybody to live in abundance, whatever abundance means to you, whatever freedom, whatever your goal, your main goal in life, your happiness, whatever that is. The only way you're going to accomplish that is by walking around, being grateful, operating from love, and helping others. I guarantee if you can sincerely do that, if you could get up in the morning, without touching your phone, meditate for 10 to 15 minutes and focus on um whatever your abundance is, focus on that, focus on the feeling, being grateful, that you already have whatever it is that you need. You already have it, it's already on its way to you, it is coming to you in divine time, you already know it. You're walking in your power, you're walking in love, you're walking in light, you're walking in truth, you're being grateful for everything, you're not letting negative thoughts in your head. I mean, just, I go on and on and on and on, but this is basically what I'm trying to get at is, whatever you're trying to accomplish, if you're trying to uh, break free of an addiction, if you're trying to change your life and live in abundance, or whatever goal that you have, if you do this, I guarantee you'll achieve it. Walk in love, light, and truth. Be grateful. Feel grateful. Like, really mean it. You have to mean it. Being grateful is a superpower. I promise you. It is. It's a superpower. And if you could walk around being grateful, loving your neighbor like you love yourself, and just operating in love, light, and truth, and helping others, I guarantee if you do that, and then whatever action that you deem necessary to achieve your goal, it's got no choice but to absolutely collapse whatever reality that you want, and there it is for you. So I don't know if I said this yet because I kind of um I'm not sure if I read this yet, but if I did, I apologize. But here we go. So studies show that people in AA actually relapse less and they stay sober longer because they have structure, they have um, people to be accountable to. So, if you don't have a good support system, and you don't need a lot of people. I'm talking, 3 or 4 people who know you, who trust you, or people just who know you, who could call you on, your shit if you're, given any or anything like that. Yeah, that will definitely help um, in the long run with staying sober. And people, places, and things, man. You got to change. You got to change everything. You do. You have to. If you want to stay sober, that these are the things that you're going to have to do. You're going to have to, uh, like I said, I would at least recommend it at least for the first year. Just get into a program, more than likely AA, because it is very, very successful. It's got a track record, and get in there and start. Get a sponsor and start helping people, because that's what they're going to tell you to do, because you can't it's not about you anymore. It's about focusing on others, and when you focus on others, everything in your life seems to work out anyway. I mean, that's been the case with me. Anytime that I'm focused on other people and worried and looking out for others, my needs are, I don't even know why I worry about them. You know what I mean? And I don't, not anymore, because I'm walking in my power. I'm walking in my truth. I'm walking in my light, and that's the way it is. So, yeah, like I said earlier, guys, I put the information in. I think I put it in the chat. So, if you guys could please go to the Caring Bridge website and type in Declan Coyle's name, and donate some money to him, for because he's got a hell of a fight ahead of him, man. He does, trust me, and he needs all the help that he could get. So let's come together and let's show him, let's show him some love. Let's show him some light. Let's show him some truth. Let's show him some support. Uh, I just, this is the purpose. This is the purpose of it. Anybody who needs help, anybody going through a transplant thing, or I don't care, anything, anybody that who just wants to improve their life, man, you're welcome here. All are welcome. And that's all I want to do, is just help people. And Declan's first up, so let's help him out, and let's blow his mom's socks off with all the help and support that comes flooding in, and all the love. That would be amazing, right? So if you guys like what you hear, I would appreciate it if you liked or subscribed. And if you know anybody going through any kind of medical anything who could use some help or some support or some love, please share the podcast with them, or anybody going through an addiction or anything like that either. This is for anybody and anybody who wants to live in abundance and have better for themselves. So better for themselves and each other, right? So thank you guys for all the support. I really, really appreciate it. I can't believe it, man. We're getting real close here. Less than 30 days. I'm excited. I can't wait. I just it'll be nice to, not walk around with tubes hanging out of me, or having to hurry up home to be on dialysis, and have some freedom back. Maybe I won't be itching everywhere or be nauseous anymore. you know just some fun stuff. But yeah, less than 30 days. I can't wait. I'm excited. um Thank you guys for all the love and support. I appreciate everybody. If you haven't liked or subscribed, I would greatly appreciate it if you did so. And I will see you soon in a couple days. All right. Thanks, guys.